Going on YouTube? Today we are just chilling out at the field. We're gonna be going through what is in my bag, but in three different episodes. Today we're just going through my approach in my putter series, what I'm throwing off the tee, what I'm liking for my approaches on the par fours, what I'm liking for my approaches off the tee. Seeing how they complement each other, how they fly like, and just getting right into that. Should have other series coming out shortly after this with mid ranges, and then we have our fairway and distance drivers. So it should be pretty good. We're just gonna throw them. We're gonna talk about them. We're gonna see how they fly. I know how they fly, but y'all are gonna see how they fly, and yeah, just get right into it. All right. First off, in the bag with the putters and approach, we got a lot. We like Prodigy's putter and approach, so we throw them a lot. Let's see. I believe we got three A2s here, one A3, Flat Factory, nice money run. A3, 400G A4. If you don't know about it, you should. You will after this video. Got a PA3 for throwing, and then two PA5s. This one I believe is a Spectrum, so it's gonna be a little bit more stable than a little bit more. Really, it's gonna be more stable than the 400 PA5. But these complement each other really well. And then you have the 200 PA2, which honestly is a little bit more stable than my PA3, which I mean, it makes sense because PA2 is more stable than PA3. But this one has some work. You can see this one's got some work. It has been used off the tee. This is my go-to throwing putter. And you'll see why we break them down. And then a 400 Glow A5. This one particularly, if you've been following me on Instagram or Facebook, you have seen this disc quite a few times. It is just a straight to stable approach disc with glide and a dependable fade. Like, you really can't get any better than that. It's just whatever line you put it on, it's just gonna hold it with a slight give at the end of the flight. There's nothing else in my bag that does something like this, and it's needed in your bag. Stop rambling like my dad. It is needed in your bag. Enough of me talking. Let's see how these things fly. First, we're gonna start off with the A2. If you haven't thrown an A2 before, it's a very, I would say, stable. I wouldn't overstay. It depends, because this one it's stable, but it's not overstable. But this one's overstable. Really depends on the run you get. There, it's a very stable approach disc. You're gonna hit it flat either on a forehand or a backhand, and it's gonna want to go the opposite direction of what you think. It's gonna be just a very utility disc in the woods, in the wind. I definitely see myself throwing these in a fierce headwind or on a shot that I don't want to go as far as my A5. I have as much glide as my A5, but I want it to kind of dump out. I'm picking the A2. You can see it's got a really shallow rim, but this one's a little bit more domey. This is a Vino 500 A2. And I got a nice 400 A2 that's dyed from Mr. Nate Fontnot. It's one of those premium plastic ones, bottom stamp. And then I have a 300 A2, which actually is just now, it's not even, it was not used when I got it. So it's still got the A2 kind of stability to it, but these beat into a nice flip up and then go back kind of right. Kind of how the 400 GA4s fly out of the box, but just when it beat in 300 A2 feel. Maybe getting razzed from people in trucks. I don't know yet, but we will definitely figure it out. A2, we're gonna go 300, 400, then 500. As you can see, they just want to do one thing and they want to just dump. That's it. Now let's go over to the 400 A2. That one's going to get a little bit more glide out of it, but it's still going to dump left. And you're going to see how quickly this one wants to dump. It's the 500 A2 one. This is going to dump so quick. Yep, just immediately out of my hand, just wants to go left. Gone. See, told you I was getting razzed by a truck. It don't matter though. We're chilling. We are definitely chilling. We'll go to the A3 next. This one I should be able to hit a little bit harder, and it kind of continues straight and go a little bit left at the end. A little less stable, a little bit more glide, but I'm going to use it if I want it a little bit further than the A2. So same kind of shot, just a little bit more reliable in the glide aspect. It's got a nice little, I guess, micro bead here on the bottom, kind of like the A4 does. So it allows it to sit right here on my digit, on my index finger, and it feels really comfortable in the hand. I'm going to give it a nice little pump. I don't know if you can see that. I'm aiming, so there's this light pole, there's that light pole, there's a light pole out there in the distance. I mean, there's a bunch of them. And then there's this one. So from your screen, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm trying to put these at the third light pole and just see how they break off that line with their flight. Gabe needs to hit the gym because he's out of breath from talking. Yeah. So yeah, it's gonna go a little bit straighter, a little bit farther, but it's still gonna have that A2 kind of finish. I didn't really snap it like I did the A2s, but it still kind of held that flight. All right, moving into a league of its own, really, 400G A4. I'm still kind of figuring out this kind of seeing how it works into my bag, what I'm going to really use it for. But I see Broderick, and I know Heaps, Jacob Hebenheimer throws it for like that utility get out of jail free card disc kind of thing. But that needs to be clipped. Get out of jail free card disc kind of thing. But this is going to be used for when I want in between an A4 and an A or English is hard. You know, my father is my father, and I get the rambling from him. So go to his page and go comment on his post talking about you need to stop teaching your son how to ramble. Just playing. In between an A3 and an A5, it should, when I hit it, it pops up, goes right a bit, and then comes back. So my A5s don't really go right when I hit them, though. So that's the only issue with me saying between an A3 and an A5. So when I explained it when I first picked it up, it is kind of in a league of its own. It's a weird, funky disc, but I love weird, funky discs. Like, look, it's got a micro bead, but it's already shallow beaded as it is. I may get told I have to stop filming because he's going to cut. So this may be really bad. All right, never mind. He said he gave me the green flag. I'm good. A4 to the dome. See, it goes right a little bit, and then it comes back at the A2 at the end. So it goes almost as far as my PA3 and my PA2, but with that approach series kind of feel. All right, we're gonna glide through this lawnmower here. This is why we get the mic and not the regular phone. I hope I'm not screaming in the mic right now. 400G A5. You've seen it on my Facebook. You've seen it on my Instagram. You know how it flies. Straight to stable, dependable fade, lots of glide. Let's get it. We have a little bit of a headwind, so it may keep it a little bit flatter. Yep, but it's gonna go. It's gonna go, and it's just gonna be so good. It's so good. Okay, moving into the putter part of this putter and approach series video. I have my off the tee throwing putters that I throw the most, I believe, which is a PA2 and a 200 plastic and a 300 PA3 and just a regular baseline 300 fractal plastic. These complement each other well. I'll be able to hit this PA2 hard and it'll pop up a little bit and go left. This one will hold whatever line I put it on with a little bit of fade at the end. So they kind of go yin and yang with each other. We'll go PA2 first to show you, and then we'll round it out with PA3. So I popped my shoulder on that one, so it hit and it kind of flipped over a little bit. That one is a little bit used, but when thrown right, it's just straight. It's straight, dead straight with a little bit of stability on it. This one should fly like that one flew normally. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, man? See, I popped both of those up. Those putters, that wasn't the putter's fault. I popped them up. So it's all good on that one. And then the last thing we're working on with this, PA5s, Spectrum PA5 and a 400 PA5. I'm going to try to hit these really hard on hyzer and show you what they do. They're just going to pop up, they're going to flip, and they're going to hold that right glide. It's not going to burn like this unless I throw it flat. If you throw it flat, it's going to burn. But it's not even going to burn over to a roller. It's going to slowly glide out. You hit these hyzer, they pop up, and they just drag the whole way. Perfect for in the woods. You know, you're saying you got to get around the corner of a par 4, or you got a really sneaky dog leg par 4 or par 3 on the right. You got to get around the corner quick, but you don't want to, flare off into the woods. Backhand PA5. We'll go 400 first because it's a little bit more flippy, and then we'll go stable second. They just drag. They hold. Look at that, dude. Like, you can't beat that in a putter. You hit them hard and they just drag over. This one shouldn't drag as far. I think this one will actually come back a little bit, but we'll see. Yep. Look at that. That's gone. That one actually didn't come back, but there is a headwind up there. Still, dude, that's awesome. All right. We're going to go round them up. We're going to throw them all in forehand real quick with a little bit less of an explanation, but I know there is forehand people like myself out there who the approach is it's not only just about the backhand, it's about the forehand as well. So I'm going to go grab them. We're going to throw them in order from when I threw them first time. Then we're going to come back at the end and we're going to talk about them, and then I'll be out of your hair. That is it for the putter and approach video. I do have these distortions that I'm working with, but I don't think they're going to make the bag. I'm going to do a review on them, and that will come out. That'll come out later. So I mean, I guess it is a kind of in the bag from compared to what I was saying, but it's not in the same sense. It's not like we're sitting down and we're going through my bag. We're going through it in parts. So there's the putter and the approaches, anywhere from A2s to A5s and everything in between, and then a PA2, a PA3, and two PA5s. While I'm here, I am putting with 300 fractal, fractal, not fractical, Gabe, not fractical, Gabe, fractal 300 PA2s, not PA3s, PA2s. I came from putting with 5s, so those were beadless, and from trying to switch to a beaded putter after putting almost 2 seasons with a beadless putter is extremely hard. I like the stability of the PA3s, but I don't like the bead on them and how kind of brickish they are. But I like that for throwing. So we switched, or we tried the PA3s, didn't like them. I more than likely, if I don't stick with the PA2s, I will end up putting with the PA3, just for the simple fact that it is the most consistent putter, and it just doesn't fit my putt. It's not that it's a bad putter; it just doesn't fit my putt. I want a putter that has a little bit more glide with a little bit more stability. The PA2 just works better for me than the PA3. But just real quick, let's talk about how pretty this fractal plastic is. Fractal, you see that? Fractal. I didn't say fractal, I said fractal. It's gorgeous. Like, I don't know if the camera truly is going to give it justice, but it's just absolutely beautiful. But that was it, guys. We are going to be right back here doing the mid-ranges next. Stay tuned for that. Your boy, I don't know if you noticed this. You probably did because it's a big orb on my hat. Got an actual mic, so hopefully the sound's a little bit better. I know the lawnmower guy may have hurt me a little bit on that, but we'll see him post-edit. Gabe, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video of the mid-ranges. We're going to keep pumping them out. We're staying consistent with this. Keep in touch. Follow me on Facebook, follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, like, comment, share it. You know what I'm saying? Do all the things y'all do. Keep being great. As always, remember, we powered by Prodigy over here. We are trying to get razzed by the lawnmower guy for the 3rd time or 4th time or whatever. But just always be better than yesterday, guys. Always keep God first and just have a good time when you're throwing. Nothing hurts worse than going out to throw and you just being lost in the fact that, oh, I got to get better. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. It doesn't help. Take a step back, breathe, and reassess what you're truly doing wrong. Record yourself. Take time out of your day to think about it. Like, there's other ways than just ruining your time on the course, because 90, I'd say probably about, if you here, I'm not going to give you a percentage. If you don't make money off the sport and it's not your job, you normally use it. And even for it, people with it being their job, people use it as a like a mental health clearer, as a relaxer, as a hobby. I mean, there is people who do it as their jobs, but don't get lost in that ideology of, oh, I have to be the greatest. You don't. You just have to be patient, and time and experience will allow you to mend all that together. I've been playing for 12 years and I'm still figuring out how to throw stuff. I feel it and I'm like, oh, I know I did that wrong. I'm still recording myself like I am right now. I mean, even though I'm throwing baby approach shots, I'm still going to watch how I'm throwing them. Like, I know that the PA5s on that, I called it immediately. I was releasing them on a knife edge angle. And as soon as I changed it to a little bit of a hyzer, it actually gave me the proper flight of the disc. So it's just taking the time to step back and just reassess, and truly don't fall out of love with the sport just because something's going on or you're not getting the right throw in or something. Just please remember that. I know I rambled off a little bit there, but that is coming from my own heart and my own personal experience, because I'm coming out of a truly like really rough mental patch when it comes to just life in general, and it threw me off the track of disc golf. So kind of same along the lines of my father. I was still playing disc golf, but I wasn't playing disc golf, if that makes sense. I was out there throwing, and my physical person was out there throwing, but I was getting mad at missing 20 footers. I was kicking my bag. I wasn't being a good sportsman or a good person, even to earth in general. So it's just taking the time to reassess. I'm gonna stop saying that. I'm gonna stop rambling. Y'all have a good day. Be better than yesterday. Keep God first, and just have fun.